Hello and welcome to the Formula RX8 podcast. Look at that. That's our...
It's upside down.
Don't edit that out. I like the honesty of that. Thank you, mate. By the way, you'll get to know very quickly how little I know about the mechanics of cars. And I understand you did a pretty cool setup on your round one at Phillip Island, but we'll talk about that later. But welcome to the Formula RX8 podcast. I've got a cool guy here. He's so cool. He lent me an MX-5 for a few days. And his name's Stiaan Kriel. Did I get that right?
Yeah, Stiaan Kriel, South African.
Stiaan Kriel.
Oh, Driekus du Plessis, you know?
Diplomatic immunity. He is the Dolph Lundgren of motorsport in Australia. He's dead set 9 foot tall. He's rippling muscles. I'm sure there's abs under there somewhere, or was. There's probably going to have to be by the time he gets to Bathurst. Ooh, yeah. Already I've started. But mate, thanks for coming into the podcast room, buddy. I really appreciate you coming in. There's a lot of excitement about Stiaan Kriel, a sponsor's dream. But mate, let's start at step one. What the hell are you doing in my country, mate?
So, yeah, let's rewind a little bit. So, cool. Obviously, born and bred in South Africa. We, before COVID, we started looking at options to immigrate and leave South Africa. Beautiful country, lots of good resources, but the country is just, the government has basically just failed us. It's all over the news, don't have to elaborate more on that, but yeah.
I try and avoid the news. I do have a South Africa story. My rental car, a baboon broke into it, went through all my stuff for about 2 hours. That's a separate subject.
Animal baboon or?
Yeah, an actual baboon.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know what the non-animal baboon is.
No, let's... Just asking, just want to make sure it's got 2 legs or 4 legs, or how does it look?
Yeah, cool.
So then 2023 February, we left, and was a teacher, and I started working for Rick Armstrong. So he also races GT3 Porsches. I only found it out a little bit later. I had great support from them also in my racing career, but I'm jumping around now. But anyway, so I started with them, dealer principal, and eventually...
And you're the dealer principal of?
Mazda Alexandria.
Mazda
Correct.
Alexandria, a great place. The ex-John Newell Mazda.
Correct.
But the current Alexandria Mazda. Yeah. And a great place, and the only place I believe you should be buying a Mazda from.
Sounds about right.
Besides that, and the good people at West End.
Yeah,
But I didn't say that.
Yeah, the guys at West End, they do a really good job with all the wholesale parts they do.
Yeah, awesome.
So
guys.
there's definitely a market for them. We're one of the largest vehicle retailers. So we obviously the dealership's been there for more than 30 years. It's due for a renovation soon. Really cool dealership. And it's my first time that I'm actually with a Mazda brand, and the first time that I'm racing a car that's the same as my dealership, yeah. So
How
that's
cool
funny.
is that?
My dealership in New Zealand, to jump back there, was the largest dealership in New Zealand also, and that was Toyota. So for the Armstrong's Motor Group, had a really good time there. But then I had the Autosports Group, which obviously is part ownership into the Mazda dealership that I'm in. Yep. They knocked on my door last year, I think mid last year.
All right.
And then I was in Queenstown actually skiing, and that's when it started.
Okay.
And they started knocking and negotiations this way, that way. We always wanted to come to Australia. We just didn't have a pathway. Being a South African, we need a visa. Yeah. So long story short, it was an up and down flying, and we found our way in. And I started last year, November, moved into Warunga and work all the way down in Alexandria. And
tough drive, mate.
Yeah, it gives me time to listen to some people's podcasts. So yeah, I pretty much just spend that time to switch off, switch on, make my list of what I need to do on the cars and stuff. Yeah. Plan my day from there. It's just my little ritual that I do.
Awesome, man.
And
but you had a racing career in South Africa.
Correct. Yeah.
Tell us about that, mate.
So
let's start talking about motor racing.
Yeah. So obviously, I've always been a bit of a car enthusiast. I would support any sort of motorsport. I didn't come from a wealthy background, so I had to buy and sell 2-stroke motorbikes and cell phones and stuff in school. And as I started studying and working, I got myself a little Mark 1 City Golf, and I went to go race oval tracks. Yeah, super low budget. If I convert that money over in 2006, if I convert it over to dollars, I probably paid $400 for the car in a driving condition. So you can imagine the condition of it. It was a bit iffy.
Gotcha.
But I had to start somewhere. And within no time, I managed to win some races and actually get sponsors who built me new engines, new tires, because I literally didn't have money to do this.
Mate, you're a sponsor's dream. I mean, just looking at you, mate, you just if you didn't come first in the race that weekend, you could definitely end that up in a modelling contract. Derek Lack is quite intimidated by you, he told me. He's because Derek is the sort of the big guy of Formula RX8, the big physical guy, but you're just towering over him, which means you're both towering over me, but anyhow.
Well, I did for a few years. Quite a few years. I did MMA fighting as well.
Of course you did.
But that was just for fun. It's like wrestling. I did MMA, and eventually it just gets too physical and too busy, trying to do motorsport in the sideline, plus trying to do that on Saturday mornings was a little bit of a clash because the event is normally on Saturdays.
Formula RX8 guys, anything happens on the track, worst guy to pick a fight with is this guy back in the pits.
Let's
MMA
sort it out on track. Let's sort it out on track the way Motorsport Australia wants it.
Yeah, exactly.
I started getting into racing at a young age, got myself into like a cheap way of motorsport basically. And then it's always been on, off, because you're trying to build yourself up, look after your parents and doing all that stuff while racing in a country where the rand is not very strong to the dollar where you get parts from. So it was very on, off. And then in 2016, I started trying to get a bit more into it, more into circuit racing and stuff. Had great success on oval tracks. I wasn't a big fan of drags because, if you got a good launch, that's it. And then I did gymkhanas, I did drifting, anything that makes a car out of control, I'm in for that.
Yeah.
And then I started getting more and more involved into main circuit, setting up my own cars and stuff. And then we just started picking up winning races left, right, and centre. And
nice.
The rain was still
sounds like a bloke I know.
Yeah. So it was really, really good. I didn't come from karting or anything like that. I didn't have anybody in my family that could train me anything. So everything was trial and error. I spent hours and hours on track, setting up cars, trying stuff, different pressures, ride heights. I started valving my own shocks and stuff. So I prefer to drive in categories where the shocks are sealed, otherwise I open them. So I'm that guy. So I get protested obviously quite often in South Africa.
Is that because of the good looks or just...
I assume because of the cars and stuff. And
people are going to start wondering.
I'm obviously a heavy bloke as well. So like the Phillip Island weekend, you can ask anybody that was there that would know. Every time I get on the scale started at a 1 and a 4. And
Jesus
so
Christ.
I was 40 odd kilos, like 48 kilos was the average over the weekend that I was overweight.
Yeah.
And
you'd have to have a pretty light car. Okay.
So my new car's quite light, and I'm making sure everything is out of it that I can take out.
Now, we're going to get to that because we're going to talk about your car and where it got built and the guy that built it and all that sort of stuff. Really good guy, Stephen McLean. Super fan, Stephen McLean in the background. But look, okay, so your first ever race in Australia was with RX8 Cup and you did a 2-day event at Phillip Island.
Correct.
Okay, so step one, question, how good is Phillip Island, 0 out of 10? Drum roll.
I would definitely rate it a 10. Obviously, I'm a Mark Marquez fan and a Max Verstappen. Shane Verkeersbergen. So that's just my guys. And
we get compared, Gins.
No, right.
Yeah. Well, I compared myself to him.
Okay, good.
Round 4 in 2023.
So Marquez that always raced then is really good with left-handers and stuff. I always looked at Phillip Island just as a track, same as Bathurst, always like one day.
Wait till you do Bathurst. I've done both. So, okay, so in our calendar this year, we've got a 3-day event at Phillip Island. So you're going to get tons more track time.
My wife told me in the week, because she said, it's school holiday, I can go with you. I was like, are we racing Phillip Island again?
Yeah,
I didn't look at it.
Mate, we are.
So,
but more importantly, I've done Bathurst as well. We did Bathurst. We are the Bathurst category. And we've got a Bathurst round is our first round, and you're going to come and join us at Bathurst.
Yeah, I'll follow you out the pits because I saw the timing results and you were.
Yeah, I did all right. Yeah, mate, that was the first time I got my shit together with the whole year. I had a shocking year with reliability issues and all that sort of stuff, but we're working through all that at the moment. But Phillip Island is amazing, and you went down there and you did that with the boys at the RX8 Cup.
Yeah, so we got there. I got there Friday afternoon because I flew down to Melbourne, had a meeting with Mazda Australia, grabbed a really nice, let's call it sponsored vehicle from them. So they paid for the drive, got in the car, road tripped with one of the marketing guys, and I asked, can I do a track walk? They're like, no. So I was like, please, And I threw in, I'm from South Africa. I've never been here, which is actually true. But
and I'm an MMA fighter.
Yeah. So they said, okay, I need to get a bib. So one of the supercar guys, they gave me a thing, and I went for the track walk.
Yeah.
And naturally people would say, oh, but a track walk, you don't see much. Oh, I see there's stuff that I saw. So
you're that guy that picks up the grass and goes like that and watches the
where
grass.
it flies. Listen, the wind that picks up around the track, every race is different. It was incredible to feel it in the car, because every session I was doing a change to the suspension to see what I can do with the competitors and stuff around me. Because I feel some people sometimes at my own loss, I can touch the car too much.
Yeah.
So, because I'm always trying something. And I'll sometimes tell my wife, before qualifying, I'm going to risk it. It's all going to work, or I'm going to be lost. Nice. But then I'll race it back.
Yeah, you're a ride or die.
Yeah, so I always try something until I'm 100% happy with the car. And if I'm not happy with the car, I will say it's the car's fault, not mine. So,
mate, you did amazing. You clean sweeped it. Mate, you set the Formula RX8 feathers ruffling, bustling to meet you. There's all of our crew are busting to meet you, for you to come and race with us at Bathurst. And I know, and you bought a car for that, which is cool. Yeah. And also you've got a great rental from Maisie.
Correct.
At your round one, and that seemed to work out, and you did your own setup, which is cool. And to come fresh into the platform and clean sweep it is, mate, it doesn't matter, who the field is, that's still an awesome thing to do. But the question I'm going to ask you, right, you've done RX8 Cup, okay, and you clean sweeped it, but are you ready for A grade?
I'm ready for anything. You can throw me in any car, any track. I don't overthink it. So,
mate, we've got some big names. So, mate, and I know they're all the boys are pumped to meet you, and we can't wait to race with you. And
one of the guys reached out to me. I think his name's Ryan Gordon.
Yeah, great.
So he's building a new
Gordon,
car.
What a shifty.
Yeah, so he seems to be quite a cool guy.
Great
he reached out after the race weekend. We had a bit of a chat. So it seems there's some really good talent, good guys out there, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody at the track, because we're all petrol heads at the end of the day. It doesn't matter where you race.
100%. Look, we've got Brad Harris. He's a great peddler. We've got Cadell Ambrose. We've got Moore. Okay, that seemed to be doing all right towards the end of last year. So we've got some really big names that are going to be doing the championship this year. They're all super excited to meet you, mate. Is there? So you clean sweeped it. You're getting ready for Bathurst, and you've gone and purchased a car, which has been built by Stephen McLean, a very, very knowledgeable man on the platform. And we have a sneaky phone call every now and then, me and Steve. G'day, Steve. How are you, pal? Hope you're well, mate. Have you had a chat to Stephen yet about his car?
I did before the time. Remember the day when I spoke to you? You told me whose car it was. Obviously, I spoke to him.
And what did I say? What did I say?
Yep, you told me it was a good car.
I said if Stephen McLean's got anything to do with it,
it's good.
He knows it, and he's very proud of his reputation. And he wouldn't recommend anything if it was a heap of crap.
No, 100%. So I bought the car unseen out of Perth, and the car arrived by me. They did tell me the car's got a fourth gear that's not 100%. They sent me a brand new Synchro with it. Good deal. Car arrived. Car looks beautiful. I gave it to my detailers. They polished it up, removed the sticker works, and I put the car on the hoist and I went through it like front to back, because there's certain stuff that I want, and I read the rules for both classes that I'm competing in.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much, according to me, ticked 95% of the boxes, and I ordered all the other stuff that I wanted the way I do it. And I'm just going to customize a little bit for me.
Yeah, cool, man.
And
get that weight out so the weight comes up.
Yeah, there's not much we can do for that. So I'll naturally always be overweight, and obviously going to a track like Bathurst, the uphills and stuff, it's not going to be in your favor, but...
Talk to Stacey about weight reduction.
I see he was getting...
He's my weight reduction go-to guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's using titanium parts.
Yeah, or he's got a grinder.
Or he's got a grind. All right, that's cool. And the car looks good. You're pretty confident.
Yeah, I've never been to Bathurst. I've checked on the maps the other night how long it's going to take me to get there. So when I rock up, I guess we'll see where we pit, how it works, and I'll do it how I normally do it. Just go out, don't overthink it, and I give it one warm-up lap and then I go.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
So blind.
Yeah, that's super cool. You're gonna love it. It's like a roller coaster. I had a little incident Last time at Bathurst, the car's still in the workshop down the road, but it'll be ready for that time, mate. And look, this year, what are you planning on doing with us this year? Have you had a look at the calendar, and is there any particular tracks that you'd like to sort of either revisit again or?
Well, I don't know any tracks other than Phillip Island at this stage. So I don't know any Australian tracks.
There's tracks and then there's tracks. Obviously, you got Bathurst and Phillip Island, which are just awesome.
Yeah.
And is there anything else in the calendar that you've seen?
I've got no idea. Well, Sydney Motorsport Park is obviously one because I stay here now.
Yeah.
So I'll find my way there. But all the other tracks, it will just be, well, wherever it is, I'll hook the trailer and go. I'll check how much time I need. Like, I'm not going to go and worry too much about it. I don't have time to test, so...
I just think we've got another white hot kid that's going to be joining us, Boylett, the name Boylett. He's a XXL champion. But mate, we got, honestly, we're the boys are super excited to meet you, and mate, we can't wait to get some really good, honest racing happening.
Yeah, it will be fun. Like, it's always good to have a good challenge. I really hope Bathurst might throw us a little bit of a wet race as well. I'm not sure if that's something.
No, I don't want that. I'm scared of the wet.
It will be great around
Especially
that
with
track.
all those walls.
Yeah, I think it will be great. It will be a nice equaliser.
Well, we are running on an R-Spec tyre this year that has actual wet weather capability. We were running on last year. What were they? Mental blank. What tyre did you have?
I think it's Nankang's.
Nankang. Shocking in the wet, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of semi-slicks, like I've raced on Dunlops and Bridgestone and stuff. If you don't have all the heat in them and you don't have stability under the tyre, they're just terrible in the rain.
Yeah.
But it makes it fun. We're all on the same tyre. So it doesn't matter how shit or how good it is in the rain.
I agree.
We're all exactly at the same time on the same track. So,
mate, look, no, I agree when it comes down to that. But, mate, I'm just not used to it. I did one wet weather race and I did all right out of it, but it was just frightening.
All over the show.
Never done that before, mate.
At least it's ABS in the car.
Yeah,
that helps you a little bit.
No, for sure, mate. All right, so you've gone over your car, you're doing the weight reduction thing, you're looking for some sponsors. Is there any sponsors there that you've been sniffing around and could potentially?
It's obviously always hard to ask people for money, if you can put it that way. I haven't started looking at anything yet. Obviously, my social media pages and stuff will be quite busy. I'm looking for people that I can build like a partnership with, like what I've done previously. I send work to them. I have quite a few people, obviously, in my connections. Being part of the Autosports Group, it's the largest luxury car dealership group in Australia. I naturally channel work towards my sponsors. Doesn't matter. Like currently, I'm going to need somebody to do signage on my car and wrapping and stuff.
I've got a guy.
Yeah. So for a typical wrapping company, the cost outlay is not that much, but they can get their name on my car. But not only that, dealerships always need signage. So I give back. Like, I don't put a value to it. I just give them business back. They look after my racing car and wrapping. I've got then obviously we've got panel shops in our group and stuff, so I can ask them to look after my
I wish I knew
work.
that a few weeks ago, but anyhow, that's fine.
So yeah, and obviously being a Mazda dealership, I can look after myself with parts. So that there I help myself, but I'm still self-sponsored. And then I believe during the year I'll obviously build up connections and I can become a trusted partner for them as well.
Mate, you're saying all the right things. Trusted partner. You sound like a car salesman.
Oh.
Now, look, the great thing about Formula RX8, we've got rounds this year that are nationally televised. So there's a real great, compelling reason to come on board with us.
Yep.
We are the championship that people want to win. And
you're a national championship.
And we're a national championship, certified, all the good stuff. Mate, we'd love to see you at every round. We'd love you to compete for our championship because I reckon you're actually in with a real chance. And but see how you go. And if you're talking to a sponsor and they need and you need help sort of getting them over the line, you got the last mile happening. I'm the last mile guy, mate. Let me at them. I'll just talk to them till they say yes. And if you need that sort of help, but mate, you're got the gift of the gab, so I reckon you don't need any at all, mate.
Oh, it's hard. It's easier to, if I had to go to somebody and ask them for something for you, it's easier for me. But I have to go ask for myself. Like it's hard to be a beggar.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I say I want to partner up with somebody for the long run, not for just one race or a year or something. Like I want to carry their name.
Well, mate, the obvious no-brainer is the company that you work for. It's a Mazda dealership. We're racing in. You're racing in the Mazda Association of Australia.
Obviously.
In Formula X8 in a Mazda RX8, even though they don't sell them anymore. But whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, well, that's why obviously I can help myself with parts at cost price and stuff. So I do have that benefit.
I want that deal too.
Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, I've got that benefit until I can get Mazda Australia to give something towards it. But obviously being a large corporation like that, they need to be full-on motorsport enthusiasts. Like if you look at TFH and the big groups out there like YELLOWEXPRESS and stuff, and like Red Bull and all that, they see the value in motorsport. Some people don't see it. I'm 100% convinced motorsport has given me over the years so much business, and I've given my sponsors so much business.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they charge me for something, I will send work their way because it's a relationship we build over time. And that's why I don't want to do it for like a one weekend, you know. I want to do it for I'll rather take much less and give them a lot more back because I want to look after them and they look after me for years to come, you know.
Mate.
That's why I want a partnership with corporate, a small business, because small businesses become big businesses. Small business, I can help them as well. They can help me. Like I want to use them as like my product as well. Like a big company that supported me in South Africa is Spaniard. Spaniard is like the Worth products that you get. So anything from hand cleaners, brake cleaners, all that, that's Spaniard. It's a Spanish company. And I did so many sponsorship activations for them and marketing stuff. My racing car went out on display. I jumped on simulators and stuff and helped people put up laps, and then competitions ran and stuff. They used me for all their marketing, fully wrapped cars as well. And it was great. It was so nice to be part of a really successful group and be able to help. And then there's so many people that started buying their products and stuff by just seeing it on my car. They trust me. We do business together. And then he just went, and then one day the owner, just before he died actually, he told me and he said, like, this has been such a good journey for him.
Mate,
for so little investment.
I feel like breaking out the checkbook and sponsoring you.
But
mate, it'd create a complete nightmare. Stiaan, mate, you're saying all the right things. You're a super talented guy. Mate, you're obviously a great driver. We can't wait to see how you go in the good old Formula RX8. And you even got Ryan Gorton on the back foot. He's calling you already to try and make Ryan, you naughty little boy. You never told me you were going to. This is my guy. You're not allowed to call him.
No, he reached out and said, like, congratulations on the weekend and stuff, like a real true enthusiast. So
yeah, he's
I do respect
great
that
family, mum and dad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Karen and Lee. G'day, Lee. How are you? If I had a drinking partner, it'd be Lee Gorton, but I don't drink. Right. So, but if it was, it'd be Lee. Hello, Lee.
Ryan helped me having a little bit of banter with the Pulsar boys over the weekend on their social media.
Nice.
So I'm sure we're going to take it to them. I'm 100% sure we're going to
find
a way to take it to them. There's a shortcut somewhere, I think. Down Conrad Straight. If you go straight, there should be a shortcut.
Yeah, I know. We just go straight through the kiddie litter.
Take out 4 Pulsars on our way.
I'll give that a go. Stiaan, you're a sponsor's dream, buddy. We're really looking forward to you to competing in the championship. We can't wait to see you in Bathurst. You're going to absolutely love it. Any help that you need at all, don't call me. I'm the worst guy to talk to. I'm good at this stuff. But
Stacey.
Anything else, I'm not the guy. But yeah, mate, welcome to Formula X8. There's your sticker pack on there. You only get one crack at it, and they're freebies, mate. Anything else that you need from there, we're going to have to charge you. Just kidding.
Lovely. Cool.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. All right, buddy.
Thank you.